Welcome guys back to the channel. Thank you for all the subscribers, and I want to thank all the people who had been sticking with me this long. In this video I'm going to be talking about how my GoPro setup for the MotoVlog on motorcycles with the helmet, as well as what I've been having issues lately. So originally I've had my GoPro Hero 5 when I first started motovlogging, and there were a few setups I went through. As you can see, this is the Hero 5. Right, focusing on my face. But this is the Hero 5. It's in a hard shell mounted. It was on my Shoei helmet. So the way it's set up is this. So you got the mic adapter. It's in the housing, so it just flips up like this. So, and it plugs in, and then you got the mic that goes in here. The problem with GoPros is that there's these poles on the adapter that you plug in, and you need these type of cable. A 2-pole TRS and a 3-pole that accepts TRRS that has something like, that has a 3-pole at the tip. I'm not sure it's going to be focusing right. So there's these 3 dark lines. So you plug in here, then you got the mic that goes into it, which is I use a Purple Panda mic. So after fiddling around, you hear that, you know, pop noise in the video, that you hear these popping noise as I speed up or things like that, sound crackles and stuff. And at first it was clear with minor pops and stuff, and eventually it starts to make more pops. I thought it was just the GoPro itself, then I had memory issues. So I switched to GoPro Hero 8. Now I did a little mod for this Hero 8, the mic adapter. You know that the GoPro Hero 8 doesn't have a lens filter to change, interchange. What I did was I bought a Telson, but with the Telson, it goes over the body like so. It clips on over the body, you know, from the back, and then down, right? But because of this, the GoPro mic mod adapter can't go over the thickness of the lens adapter. So with the lens adapter, the Telson comes with our different ND filters that I use for the video. The ND filter comes with a polarizer lens, right? A polarizer lens. These are magnetic strips. It comes with the 8, 16, and 32 ND filters. So I've been using the 16 on between cloudy and sunny days, just minus the EV exposure. Sometimes I just use the shutter speed, specific shutter speed. But anyway, so it just magnetically attaches to the body with the lens filter cap. So the GoPro mod mic adapter for the Hero 8, I sawed it in half, right where the button would be, just to the left of it, where the recording button. All it is just anything electronics will be on this side of the body, and it attaches to the with a USB-C. When you press record and plug in the mic adapter or charger, the TRRS to TRS adapter for the Panda mic. So you plug it in there. The thing is that when you power this on, it has to be plugged in first, so it picks up. So I've been fiddling around with it. There are many times when the mic doesn't pick up. You've probably seen a few clips. I lost a few other clips where I was going to do a chain adjustment, show you guys how to do chain adjustment, the torque spec for the axle nut with the axle. So boo-hoo. All that video is gone. In terms of mic, there's no sound in it. I could use the video footage and then just overlay the mic, but I don't have a dedicated sound mic input setup. So I placed an order for, what I found out was that it was this guy that's gone bad, this little adapter. Because I tried other Panda mics that I bought to plug in, and that didn't come through. I tried my personal gaming mic, the headset, to plug in, doesn't work. I plug it into the DSLR camera, which is this right now. If I were to plug this directly, it works. But the moment I use this adapter with the lavalier Panda mic, I did not get any sound. You get that hissing noise. So I tested it and ruled out that it was this adapter. So I had another order coming through, so hopefully that would fix it, as well as a dedicated TRS, the 2-prong, that goes directly. Hopefully either one will work fine. I don't know any other lavalier mic that would produce. Those were more sensitive in sound, so I don't want to have those pick up wind noise and things like that. So anyway, we're going to test that out once it arrives in a couple of days. So yeah, let me show you my helmet setup. Originally I had the Shoei helmet, which has the cable plug, where I had this guy go in and hold it in place. It's what you call the nipple plug thing, and it plugs into the mic, and you, of course, you slide this in and so forth. So I have the extender. So I have the GoPro. There's the extender leg, and then you have the other one. So it tilts. So what I did was I bring the extender all the way up and bring this back. So when you're riding, the helmet tends to tilt round shape, and you're leaning forward like this. So it's more like this, right? And then you have room to adjust tilt. But this is pretty much what it is, and the ultra wide lens of field of view is enough to capture the horizon. So as long as this thing tilts as much up, you have the third of rules where the horizon is either down below and you capture more of the sky, or you capture more of the road and less of the sky. So depending on how you lay it. But this setup with the mini extender will get you have enough room to play around with the tilt. Otherwise, it'll be directly on the legs of the GoPro, and then you would have it more vertical and tilted down. That is a no-no. With my new helmet setup, I use Sugro. I use the Sugro to mold the putty, like, if you want to call it, glue, and just roll it around. You have roughly 30 minutes to mold it into place and stick it to the back. Not this one, but so you take the Sugru and you have the base plate. This one is the flat one. I ran out of all the curved one, but the curved one, you find it where you want to fit in the helmet. So you want to find it where it fits in the helmet. So hang it in a certain way. I have this flat one is the only thing I have left. I don't have any more curved one. The thing is that this one I had it a little lower is because of that little hook right there for the vents. So I molded the Sugru and then paste it on thick enough, and then you press and hold it, and then you kind of shave the rest off. Careful when you try to do the shaving. It peels off. The polymer or the surface of the helmet is kind of smooth, so it tends to not stick too well, but once it dries, it really dries. So give it about 30 minutes to set. Careful how you lay it down. The force will probably peel it away. So I would let it sit for about, after you get it dialed in, the way you shape it and stuff. Just make sure that when you lay it down, the camera lens is roughly centered. So I had since the camera lens is more towards the right side, I tend to lean the camera mount to the left side, if you know what I mean. But depending on how the shape of the curve rolls, it tends to tilt the camera either to the right or to the left. So I try to keep it as centered as possible. There are other adapters you could probably get. Companies that make specific for your helmet, the chin mounts for your GoPro. But this is a good workaround using the Sugro. It's been holding up really well. I can't really take it off by just peeling, but with enough force it'll come off. I did a really good job. The Shoei helmet really has a good surface area. As you can see, it's really flushed in. It has a slight tilt for it, and when you sit the camera it tilts down, but with that angle bracket you can bring it out and then tilt back. It has enough room. The only problem is that the vent area where you have it's hard to get to, so that's another negative in a sense with these type of MotoVlog setup. Chin mount, but it's not that difficult. You just tilt the camera down, get some air in, and then do that. I usually have my vents open, so that's why you hear a lot of the wind noise, because there's intake coming into the mouthpiece area. Mic placement. There are a couple, I don't know if you could see it, but I have the mic placed kind of right in the middle of where the chin helmet is, inside wall lining, where the vents would flow outward. And so I also have, well, that's the setup. I wanted to mount that directly on with the, oh, that's another thing about this helmet, is that it's magnetic cheek pads. So I can easily open it up. So this, I put it against the cheek. The fluff, it has the fluff, double layered basically. I have the foam to go over the hard piece of the Panamite. Then I have the fluff that goes over. So that's why I cut down on majority of the wind noise. And the placement where you have on here, it's, if you face the direction of that end piece of the lavalier mic facing towards the nose of the helmet, it would pick up a lot of wind noise. But if you, with this helmet, the air vents is actually up closer to the nose nostril area, so it's blowing upward towards the face. What I do is basically I put the, if you feel the tip of it like this, I tilt it up, kind of like that. If I were to be having people with MotoVlog, I'll be putting on facing upward like this against the cheek. So you'll see it comes up slightly over here on the cheek. I can play around with it, so it's kind of like pointing right here out, the mic. So if I raise this, you can hear people talking, things like that. It gets picked up. If you open a vent, it'll probably pick up some also if you point it down. But with this, you probably hear the whistle when I have the vents up, because the air flows directly over the mic area. But I found that the best place is roughly under the eye lining air vents of, where the face is, and the closer you get to the center, the better. But the cheek pad is always on the side. I'm planning on putting it directly in the front where the center mic is, but there's just no room for it. And I'm afraid that I might block it during a call and things like that. But we'll see. I'll probably play around with it a little bit more. So, yeah. I love this helmet. It got the magnetic strap, of course. And same thing. I got the cable holder that you can probably get. They're basically rubber holders, and it's pretty blended into the background. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So here's a Panda mic. Everything's tucked in. So I velcroed the cable, and it has the velcro grip over it. So what that does is it grabs into the fabric of the helmet lining, and it just stays there. You don't have to really tuck it in, you know, so it just sticks there. And then you can route this out and just plug it right there, and it holds it in place. Then you have the, when it comes in, the better cable, braided. I ordered the one with the braided. So I'm thinking that was just too many times I would click in, take in and take out, and then move adjust. It probably angle bent because when I have, so what happened is that if you have it set up, you know, tilted like that. So what it is basically, the cable might be hitting and bending it from a lot of use before. It would, it has enough room to go on the side. You made it to the end, and I thank you for all the subscribers. We already hit the 200 marks. It's about 205 as of last night. Someone subscribed back to me. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe. Alright, bye, peace.
I'm trying to lead life by example, but living this life is a handful, and I ain't gonna clear no sample.